Bring in Texas Republican Congressman Brian Babin. And Congressman, so let's talk about the legislative side of this. President Trump just moments ago saying that he was disappointed in FEMA and that he's very unhappy with how they've handled the situation in North Carolina. Now, later today, he's going out to California. Now, there is a great piece in the Wall Street Journal by the editorial board that says what you and your colleagues can do in the House is the Fix Our Forests Act. That was passed by the House. Democrats actually voted for that. That is the way to, instead of punishing the state of California and tying disaster aid to changes in laws there and putting strings attached, maybe use the Fix Our Forests Act instead. What do you say to that?
Well, I think that's one part of it, and I was very proud to vote for that Fix Our Forests Act. I happen to be from East Texas. I represent a district with 7 timber-producing counties. We have our own share of wildfires. Year before last, I had 4,500 acres burn up. But we have best management practices, and we have water available, and it's because we use conservation practices where the state of California and their governor simply do not. And it's not just enough for them to have the good forestry practices that we passed yesterday. There are other things that are involved as well. In Texas, I think California could learn a lot from Texas. We take care of our constituents, not snail darters, and we absolutely. We have problems in our state just like everybody else does, but you get prepared, and that's called leadership. One thing that Governor Newsom has got to learn is that the people of California have to come first, not snail darters, not other things, not woke politics. They need some good conservative politics out there, and not politics, but policies. That's what needs to happen in California. So there you have it.
Well, Congressman, politics is at play. In particular, it's unclear if Gavin Newsom's going to be, the governor of California is going to be greeting the president when he arrives later today. But one thing the Journal points out is they say it is a bad idea to tie the debt ceiling increase to wildfire relief. Do you agree or disagree with that statement?
Well, I mean, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I personally believe that if California will change their tune, I think the first thing we have to get past is remembering that California also spent $50 million Trump-proofing, quote unquote, California. And, it's kind of hard to be sympathetic to the government of California. I'm very sympathetic to the California citizens. Absolutely. I have friends out there. But do we give another blank check to this government that wants to spend $50 million to Trump-proof their state when you've got thousands and thousands of people who are beleaguered and burned out and have lost everything, and many don't have insurance? I'm willing to help anyone and will. But I'll tell you, the people of California have voted these politicians in. Are you more interested in conservation and fire defense and fighting crime, or are you more interested in woke politics? And so I think California's got a ways to go before we get to that point.
Okay, yeah, and to be clear, a reporter did just moments ago ask President Trump if he was going to put strings attached to any additional aid that would go to North Carolina. He did not answer that question. So we'll see what else President Trump has to say today. I do want to move on to something else. This morning, a couple of hours ago, you and some of your colleagues held a press conference, and you talked about birthright citizenship. Now, a court, of course, is that executive order. A court has already come in Seattle, and they've said that that is unconstitutional. You believe, though, that this is the way forward and that birthright citizenship should be revoked?
Yes, I do. Very, very strongly so. Birthright citizenship stems from the 14th Amendment to the Constitution from 1868. when the 14th Amendment was passed to grant citizenship to the children of freed slaves. In no way, shape, or form was it ever intended to be granting citizenship to those who illegally sneak into our country, who are illegally here, who break the law to get here. None of our European allies have this same policy, and it's time to get this thing squared away. It is not unconstitutional. I think it follows what my bill would be quite constitutional, and what the executive order that President Trump signed would be absolutely constitutional. It's just time. In fact, we welcome the fact that the ACLU in 22 states and blue Democrat-controlled entities are filing lawsuit against us. The reason we're happy with it is because that'll get up to the Supreme Court just that much quicker, so that they can make a ruling on this. My bill, if passed and if signed into law, which I'm sure the president would do, would codify the executive order that President Trump signed just the other day. Our birth citizenship is not a privilege. It is, and my bill would have three criteria. Number one parent of a baby born in this country would have to be a U.S. citizen, or they would have to be a lawful immigrant that is here, or a lawful immigrant who is serving in the U.S. military. But that lawful is the key word there. We cannot allow people who are here unlawful. According to the 14th Amendment, they have to be subject to the government thereof. And what that means is they have to be lawful. They have to be voters. They have to be, or at least the capability of voting. They have to have the rights of a citizen.
Understood.
These people are not citizens.
Understood, Congressman.
Amen.
No, we're going to be following
Yes,
the work that you're going to be doing on this bill very carefully. Please come back and keep us up.